This clip is brought to you by Mind Bullet. Increase focus for work or working out. Enjoy this clip.
I think I was like the first 10-year-old who was on keto, but back then we didn't call it keto. We called it Atkins.
Right.
And poor Dr. Atkins, man, he really got a bad rap. Meanwhile, he was like early keto. But so I would try and fail, man. Cause I was really heavy. And this idea of like on a Monday, removing all white sugar, all carbohydrate, it would work great for the first 2-3 days. I'd lose 10 pounds of water weight and whatnot. And then eventually I would just sort of, I just couldn't sustain it. And so when I was 17 and I decided that I would finally sort of do it, I just made small sort of changes on a regular basis. And I had no framework. I got buddies now who like put on some weight, but they were athletes in high school. So even with like this big dad bod belly of theirs, they can you can just see in their movements, there's something inherently athletic. I didn't have any of that. I was a musical theater nerd, right? So like at 18, when I went from like 295 to 230, I had to go into a gym with my buddy Ronaldo, who was my trainer. And he'd be like, we're going to do a push-up today. And I was like, that's cute. I won't be participating. I've never, ever been able to do one. And he was like, no, we're going to do it. You're going to do it from your knees. And that's how we're going to start. And I was like, I can't do that either. And he was like, okay, well, you're going to do it from your knees. And I'm going to wrap a towel around your waist. And I'm just going to take some of the weight off. And you're just going to push up what you can. And that's how we began. And then it became, I could do one from my knees and then eventually one from my toes, and then started to string them together. And same thing with pull-ups, with like a resistance band that probably gave me 100 pounds of help. So inevitably it was just grit. And that's what made me fall in love with like really basic, hard body weight workouts, because I was like, this was an impossibility for me. And now I feel like so proud, because I feel like a lot of the world can't do a strict pull-up. So every time my chin goes above the bar, I'm like, yes, this one's for 15-year-old Josh.
No.
So ultimately, diet-wise, like what was it specifically? You mentioned those small incremental changes. That's what we talk about here on this show all the time, is finding those small incremental changes that you can implement and that are sustainable. So what were the things that you implemented that made the big changes?
I think it's something I still do to this day. I mean, in the beginning, I really tried to remove sugars and carbohydrates for the most part, but still, like, I remember there was a middle ground. I was at a diner with my buddy in Queens, in New York, when I was 17, starting to lose weight. And I was like, well, I know a chicken Caesar would probably be a good bet, but I'd really love to eat a sandwich. But if I do a chicken Caesar wrap, maybe I'm going to get a little bit of what I want while also sort of sacrificing some caloric sort of stuff here. Because the wrap, it can't be that, calorically dense. And it was just slowly starting to make those smart choices. And even to this day, I don't know how you guys are. I mean, you guys are really pros, so it's probably a different approach. But like for me, I'm eyeballing calories every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm just basically like, okay, I need 2,500 calories to sustain life. And then if I can work out and, maybe burn an extra 500 calories. So I'm playing with about 3,000 calories. And if I can come in at a deficit, I'm in good shape.
So Pat Project family, I hope you enjoyed this clip. We are on Discord and Reddit. We're trying to talk to you guys and build a community down there. So the links are in the bio. But remember, like, comment, subscribe, share this out with people so you can share the wealth of health. As cheesy as that fucking sounds. Peace.